G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tucklewood Marks Point, with this week's fishing report. And another sensational afternoon, and the backdrop of Swansea Channel looking to the ocean is just absolutely perfect. This weekend, around about 25-26 degrees, northwest winds, and just some sensational weather. It's going to all go horribly wrong midweek next week when our next front comes through and it drops temperatures from about Tuesday. We've had some really good reports in the last few days, and even today there's been some excellent snapper getting caught along our part of the coastline in very tight as well, 22 to 23 metres of water. And like we made mention last week, burling and fishing with either floating pillies or Hawkesbury prawns in particular today have worked very, very well. Some fish up to around about 3.5 to 4 kilo. So it's some beautiful fish on these inshore reefs. There's been plenty of salmon around as well, and of course the backdrop here of Salts Bay this afternoon will be on fire. That high tide coming in around about 6:30, 1.9 metres. There's been a lot of salmon moving through the sunken wall all the way down through the bridge. Now mixed in with these salmon, there's been some monster tailor. Some of these tailor up to around about 70 centimetres, so some real donkeys in amongst those. Been some really nice flathead in the estuary, and again these warming conditions have meant that the flathead have started to move early throughout Swansea Channel and the back of the flats, Belmont Bay, down towards the back of the co-op, producing some really nice flathead. A lot of fish are even over 70 centimetres. The guys that are targeting Mulloway, they've been getting some beauties. There's a couple of crackers got caught last couple of nights around 10 kilo. Live squid is really the pick of the baits. If you can't get live squid, look, I know we've got some Lund squid in at the moment, so they'll be a good substitute, but if you can jig some live ones, you're going to get some beautiful fish. There'll be some big brim flathead also getting caught, and there's a lot of tailor. Now, last week there was tailor up around that Coal Point area. They've tended to move back around the sunken wall, you know, down around that western side of Poole with Sunken Rock, in and around there, and a few up towards Rathmines, but you're going to have to move around. A variance in the schools. Yesterday I had a bit of a crack, a lot of smaller fish. So look, you just got to move around, look for the bait schools, and again, you'll be able to use soft plastics and vibes for your mulloway and your flathead mixed in with them. Look, if you're going to go to the beaches, again, big tides, full moon Sunday night, there will be some mulloway caught on the beach this weekend on these big tides. There's been plenty of tailor, early mornings, late afternoons, and again, a lot of flathead. Now, there are a few whiting on the flats, and of course, live tube worms are proving to be the best for that, and some really nice brim. Look, it's going to be one of those weekends where we are a little bit restricted, and again last week none of us were quite sure how it was all going to go, but as of midnight on Sunday night, basically everyone got their act together and the restrictions come in. You cannot go any further than 3 nautical mile offshore, and you've got to stay in your LGA. So theoretically, us in Lake Macquarie, we can only go as far north as Dudley North, and we can only go as far south as basically Ghostie's Headland. That's really where the Lake Macquarie LGA cuts off, and we can't go any more, as they're saying, 3 nautical mile. So we're sort of locked in a little bit. We haven't got the flexibility as we probably had last year, where we could head out wider to the farm or down to the Texas or to the shelf. So we are going to be restricted. Now, this may be temporary, but at the moment it's basically locked in, and the police will be policing it. Whatever you do this weekend, do it by the rules this weekend, play it safe, and I'll catch you next week.